Yeah. Freaking bug. We're on our way home. Writing letters, doing things. Piece of wire. Ain't gonna burn very well. Got it. There you go. That's very full. Sending postcards. We're on our way home. Delicious. Natural artesian water. Only the finest. On our way home. We're on our way home. Let's see if air does anything. Oh, air does something. Holy shit. Alright. Seems like it's just slow. A little close to the angle right now, but you know. I'm out messing around. I think I'll find all my crap. Writing letters, sending postcards. I don't know, whatever. Let's chill that a second. Chill that air a sec. Seems like it'll start this newspaper, chunks, and used oil. I heard about guys starting with a greasy rag or something. One dude like hammered on a piece of stock until the stock got red hot and freaking somehow started his forge up that way. Like, wow. That's pretty wild. Let's just keep it low. Oh, that was low. All right, okay, that's cool. I think I might put too much oil. Oh. Look, the turtle. Yeah, a little much oil. Oh crap. Well, let's get it freaking going, I guess, huh? Alright, next time kind of dial back on the oil. Yeah, there's oil dripping out the bottom. Too much oil. Pie? Oh, Bud will melt crazy chicken in the pot. Man, across the water. Water. Oh, let's say like 10 minutes. Half an hour. Man across the sky. Man across the water. Water! Wait for it to get. I'll throw that away. Definitely don't need that much oil. Holy crap. Man, cross water. I just kind of rebuilt this forge. It used to be this brake rotor sitting on the pipe, and then this thing for my fire pan. I hope that's framed up. And it kind of sucks. A lot of the air would blow out through these vents. And I also put it on an old rim, which the air comes from the hair dryer, theoretically up there, but it also wants to blow down into that rim, so you got to kind of jam that rim down into the dirt. It was on like spikes before, where I just drive the whole forge down into the ground, and that kind of sucked. It worked, but it sucked. And finally that brake rotor cracked all the pieces, so I thought, yep. Looks like it wants some cold. Still kind of figuring out how it's going to behave. Is it going to work? You know, it should work. It's pumping pretty good air to the fire, so I think it almost has no choice but to, you know, be a forge. The way it was before, though, with the hair dryer and the air even leaking out through the vents in the rotor, I still had, even running the hair dryer on low, I had more air than I needed. Like, I would have to kind of block off part of the intake of the hair dryer. And I got a little hose clamp. There's a button on the hose on the hair dryer that shuts off the heating elements, and I got a hose clamp around that, so it's just the fan running. And it's weird. I think the heating elements somehow act as a rectifier that turns AC to DC. I don't know. There's something. I don't know. I think it won't run if you strip the heating elements out and just wire it direct to AC. Or I don't know. I don't even know what the hell. So I just got a hose clamp around the thing, and that works. I don't know what the hell I'm talking to. Well, I know what I want to say a lot of the times, but man, I can't freaking spit it out in a clear, concise manner, and I always get off track and I don't know. I'm just not good at talking. When I'm working on something and somebody asks me why I'm doing a thing, it's like I have to stop and then sit there and try to formulate the explanation of why I'm doing a thing a particular way. I'm no good at it. I can do some things, but I'm not I can't explain them really. There's a big difference between the guy that can do a thing and then the guy that can not only do the thing but teach you how to do it and explain clearly why he's doing everything he does. And I'm not the guy that explains things. I feel like most of the time when I do a video, I'm better off muting the audio and whatever I'm talking about and just speeding it up and put music to it, because I can't talk. Some people can, not me. Or I'll go on and on and on about one stupid thing, I don't know. Captain. If you'd see it in the dark, you'd see like blue flame coming off it, kind of like propane, natural gas flame looking, and you know, that's your coal burning. This is going to be a big fire pan compared to what I had before. Be a lot of heat in there. I wonder if it's, wow. I think it breaks the drum holder. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to find out. I want to get her good and ripping and see what the hell it does. And if it holds up, that's awesome. I did actually put a lot of work into this. Like I tried to. First time I built the forge, you know, it worked, but there was a lot of things about it I didn't like. It seemed pretty shoddy, especially as you're kind of driving it down into the ground to make it stand up. Sometimes it would fall over, and that was always fun. And the fire pan was just sort of sitting on that brake rotor, which I didn't normally have a problem with it, but I don't know, it just feels better with the fire pan actually bolted down, and it's on a good wide base. And it probably shouldn't leak as much air, even though, again, I had more air than I needed, but, you know, I don't know. I've never been able to have it to where it would just kind of keep burning. Like if you shut that hair dryer off for, I don't know, 5 minutes, you pretty much lost the fire. So there's no real actual draw to it, but there's no, I don't know, hood and smokestack and crap like that. And it's not really designed well. And we got coal burning. Yeah. Let me go get more coal. I want this thing like peeping and really ripping. I want to see what it does. I don't make good videos. I know it. Sometimes there's people that get some information out of them, and that's cool. But I don't know. I don't like. If I had a cameraman, that could do things, and someone that wanted to run the editor, that would be cool. And I'd be happy to just do things, and I don't much care for running the camera. I don't know. I like to put stuff out there. I like to share what little I do know. Now you can kind of hear the Rice Krispies sound. He's catching. Oh, goes well. Yes, it did. Got a couple of rods from a shock absorber, whatever. But these are like some chromoly stuff, and these are good hard stuff. If you want to make a tool or I don't know, chisel, knife, whatever the heck, they work. Railroad spikes will make a knife, absolutely. But they're not very hard. They don't keep an edge very long. They're kind of clumsy. They look neat. And you can harden them. You can case harden them. But there's not a lot of copper in a railroad, or carbon. Not a lot of carbon in a railroad spike. So if you want a railroad spike knife and you want it like functional and you want it to keep an edge really well, you want to case harden them. And that only goes so deep. I think the longer you put it in the case hardening, what you call it, the deeper the hardening will go. I don't know, it's like a couple thousandths per hour or something. I don't know. My dad knew all this stuff and I kind of forget. I don't know how this thing's exactly gonna behave. It'll burn coal, so we're doing pretty good there. How's my framing? You guys are setting up on that Jetta that we got from the junkyard. I don't know if I showed that yet. I can't even tell the dang sun. We're sort of there. Probably can't see much of the actual fire. And we'll leave it like that and go a little up this way. So when I do eventually get to heating something up, you might be able to see working on the anvil too. I got this is a chunk of red oak here. For being out in the weather for, I don't know, maybe 5 years, it's held up pretty good, but I don't know, maybe a chunk of concrete or something, but I don't know if I actually want it to live here forever. I certainly don't want this car sitting here much longer. I'm pretty well done with what I can do on that. I just wanted to see if it would run and sort of drive, which it will. That's a video I have yet to upload. At this point. But by the time this is uploaded, I will have had this thing running and doing a burnout. How to do a cylinder head on it. The camshaft went into 5 friggin' pieces. I had it running directly from the junkyard. I shouldn't have trusted that timing belt because it was, God, 25 years old. I don't know. The last time this was inspected was 99, and I was stupid to trust that timing belt. But I don't. I think I'm really start. I really think that the cam broke into pieces, and then the timing belt snapped. I don't think the timing belt snapped and then the cam went. I've seen timing belts go, and I've never seen the cam really get hurt. I've seen pistons smash into valves, and like that's obvious. But never seen the cam do what this one did. So I dug into my dad's part stash. Found one of the cylinder heads that he went over, and found a head gasket too that he left for me. You know, thanks, Dad. And, you know, bolted it up. Got new stretch bolts for the cylinder head. I don't like those things. I hate them, actually. I hate stretch bolts. I hate the idea that I got to throw them away. And I hate that when you torque them down, you go that extra 180 to stretch them. And then I guess another quarter turn on them after you bring it up to temperature. And then 1,000 miles later, another freaking quarter turn. I don't like it. I just want to bolt them down and torque them. And then, you know, if the gasket calls for it, you give them another torque later on. That's fine. I don't like stretch bolts. I guess they're good for something, but I don't. They just scare the hell out of me. I wonder did I snuff that fire? Oh, it's going nice underneath. Oh yeah, it's going nice underneath. Hang on. I don't know what you can see here, what you can't, but we got a nice coal fire happening here. She's a beauty. We're on our way home. That should be about back in there. Please go. I don't have much of a plan for something I want to do, or something I want to make. I just want to see what this thing's going to do. See if it's even going to work. And it seems to be working. And I got beetles stuck in my head. That's a brake drum from a Ford F-350. The rim for the base is from an old Mobilux motorhome. The piece of pipe is, I don't know, some kind of piece of pipe. Hair dryer from thrift store, you know, it's like $2. Yeah, it works. I forgot to show it, of course, but I have a little, like an engine crane or an engine stand. You have those sort of little cast iron wheels with the holes in them, you know, and I turned that down to where it just like hammered into that pipe real friggin' nice. So that's the grate. And it's gonna kind of suck to clear this out because you'll have to like tip it over and crap, but you know, that's how she goes. I honestly don't know how they deal with ashes on a real forge, but I'm not forging for 8 hours friggin' straight, so it ought to be all right. You know, if I fire this up, it's going to be a couple hours, and then you know, then I'm done. Oh, there's a screw in there. Glad that didn't end up in my tire. Oh, where's the piece of crap that I can heat up? I don't want to move one of them stone rods, but yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a real fan in mind. I'm just gonna heat something up and maybe smack on for a little while, and you know, yeah, we'll see what happens, right? What happens. I guess I'll just beat on this thing. That'll do it. We're on our way home. Can I get over here and not get I kind of like the smell of the coal fire. Like that. I don't know. I like it though. Smells like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I just like it. Ah. Mini parts coming out. We're on our way home. This is all coal that was laying on the ground in front of the coal bin, so it's, you know, that's yeah, I don't know, man. I go on about some stupid shit. Hot cut tool is. We'll just stir around a little bit here. You gotta watch because you know you leave it in there too long. Hey, let's spit this down. Actually, that seems to be pretty well up to heat. You gotta watch leaving them in there too long. It will friggin' melt them. If you got a nice forge and you know, if you can run your forge, then you know what you're doing. But you don't want to just leave them in there and forget about it because it will. You'll lose your piece. That'll do. All right. Well, we got sort of a nicer little end to work with. like a square or something. Make a something. I don't know. I want to get this thing out. And if you're going to walk away, just kind of leave it set on the top. You won't completely lose your heat, but you don't have as much risk of melting your teeth. There's the hammer I want. This is little slots. And this is hobo fist. Because I don't know, man. My brass hammer that I keep at the lathe, that's the brass monkey. Yeah, it's still getting all kind of here. See here. Might actually have to block it off. Wear it off. Just kind of throw it around right now. Seeing how this fork pump works. If you came here to actually see something, just no. I'd like to know where the heck I did with my stinking hot cutter. Man, I've messed around with those boards for so long, I lost all my, what you call it, my little doodads and this and that and things. Everything's covered in leaves. Well, whatever. Back to this because I'm going to melt it. Oh yeah, see that? That's melted. That was too hot. Seems like a little area in the center, which, you know, that's expected because that's where the grate is. That's where the air's coming. Go on out a little bit. Like this, maybe. That's kind of, this is not an ideal setup right now with that car in the way and blah blah blah, but we'll be alright. There you can see, probably you can see right on the end of it, it's sort of cracked and split and shitty looking. That's from overheating and, you know, you do gotta wash. Once they're up to, yeah, once they're up to heat, man, it don't take much. And it's already ready. Maybe I'll just roll this out a while. Kind of get my rhythm back, shake off the rust a little bit. It's nice to know that I got a forge that will do something. Yeah, there you go, see? Doesn't take long. I'm not any kind of professional. I just kind of, by guess and by golly, that's the name of my game. tried making fire pokers, and they, I'm usually working with scrap rebar or some kind of other scrap, and they weren't bad, but they don't sell. They're not as good looking as, people that really know their shit and people that really want to get crazy into details. Absolutely functional and not horrible looking, but I guess not worth what I was asking. So I just kind of bang one out now and then if I want to give a gift to somebody that I care for, or that's what I do. I don't know. Right now I just want to see how far I can draw this out. How thin I can get it. I think at this point I should probably be going like for an octagonal profile sort of thing, but it doesn't matter much. We're fine. But at this point, especially when it's already heated up and it's thin like this, you really want to watch it. Really keep an eye on that sucker. And the heat's starting to creep up to the end of this piece of stock here. If you want to get a start on stuff though, you don't need much. A relatively flat rock, a campfire, a piece of crap, and a hammer. You don't have to have all the fancy whatnot. But an actual forge is really a huge benefit. Heating them up in a campfire kind of sucks. I've done that, and it worked, but it kind of sucks. And at that point, I had a little piece of railroad track for my anvil, and that worked fine. It was kind of limited on what you could do. You didn't have the hardy hole, prick the hole, the heel, the horn. But I was pretty limited too. And I thought my first time doing it, I'm going to make a knife. No, I didn't make a knife. But I did make a fairly handy fire poker. So, make some fire pokers. And that'll get you into moving the metal around and practicing how to make it do what you want it to do. Main thing is, I suggest get out and do it. And eventually, if you spend enough time, you'll probably eventually make something. Or maybe it won't. Maybe it's just not your thing. Well, at least if you give it a shot, you can say that you gave it a shot, right? I think something. I don't know. when you're drawing it out, you want to make it thinner. You're going across the anvil as I'm doing now, because the crown kind of runs that way. You know, if you go like that, it's not going to be as effective for you. I did that. I drew that out and made it into a nice little mouse tail looking thing there. And God, I did not record. Well, you didn't miss much but a bunch of blabbering and blah blah anyways. Forge works. It didn't shatter into pieces. Everything seems to be going all right. I'm happy. Ain't often that I use it, but when I want it, it's nice. It's cheaper to run than the cutting torch to heat stuff up, and you know. And it's just nice to, yeah, I don't know. My great grandfather was a blacksmith, and he'd forge weld wagon tires, you know, horse and buggy. Forge weld them together, shrink fit them onto a rim. He was an actual wheelwright and a blacksmith and all, you know. Guess he was very talented. Came over here from Russia. He was born in Germany. And I guess my great grandfather was some big wig in the Kaiser's army. Didn't like the way Germany was headed, so he sent him to Russia, I guess before the First World War broke out, and then ended up over here and did things. This is kind of a way to just touch that a little bit. Don't let the bastards get you down.